Hi again, it's Tim, your living sky guy from the Paris of the Prairies, beautiful Saskatoon. Take a quick glance around the internet and social media on the subject of astrophotography, and you'll be flooded with an endless stream of images of one of the most spectacular sights in the night sky, the Milky Way. The beauty and majesty of it when seen with the naked eye under a dark sky is indescribable, and right now is a great time to seek it out. We're now in the midst of Milky Way season. The Milky Way is always in the night sky, but from October to February, we're looking towards the outer edge of the galaxy and seeing fewer stars. From mid-March to late September, though, we're looking towards the center, which is more densely populated with stars and is infinitely more spectacular. As the summer progresses, it rises earlier and further west along the horizon and arcs well over our heads. It's beautiful to see with your eyes, but when you turn a camera to it, well, that's when it really sings. In today's world of digital photography, it couldn't be easier for people to start to capture the beauty of the Milky Way. There are many tips, tricks, and techniques for photographing the Milky Way. But what I want to share with you today is the most basic information that you'll need to know to help you get started capturing this beautiful subject. My goal is to get you excited about the possibilities right out of the gate so that you're going to want to keep on shooting. Many of today's newest smartphones have the ability to capture a taste of the Milky Way, but for best results, there's no replacement for a real camera. Start with a DSLR or mirrorless camera and the widest angle lens that you own. This type of camera has a large enough sensor to be able to capture images in a low light setting. Next, you'll need a stable tripod that will let you shoot long exposures and still keep the camera steady. An electronic cable release or the self-timer built into your camera will let you trigger the shutter without shaking the camera during the exposure. Set your camera to full manual control, including manual exposure, manual focus, manual ISO, and if your camera has image stabilization, turn it off. Set your lens to the widest field of view that it has and set your focus manually to infinity. As for exposure times, this will vary from camera to camera, but a good place to start is ISO 3200, a shutter speed of 30 seconds, and the widest aperture that your lens will offer. Test shots of the sky will help you tweak those settings depending on your camera and the darkness of the sky that you're under. Set your camera's file format to RAW for the best ability to edit the image afterwards in post-production. But if RAW files scare you and you'd rather shoot in JPEG, then go ahead, but make sure you're using manual white balance on your camera and try test shots with the different options that it gives you until the sky and the stars look the color that you prefer. One last tip to give you is when you're going to photograph the stars, try to go out when there's no moon. The brightness of the moon will wash out the fainter stars and makes it harder for you to be able to get a nice dark looking sky behind those stars. Once you've composed your image, trip the shutter using either the cable release or self-timer and you'll have done it. But I will warn you, once you take your first image of the Milky Way, you'll be hooked and become obsessed with capturing the beauty of the night sky. But there are worse things to be addicted to. For more information on astrophotography, as well as how to edit those images, just click over to my YouTube channel. Search for Living Sky Guy. You can find me also under that name at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Clear skies, everyone, and enjoy the beauties of the skies above. Take care.